out of your day-to-day to learn more about our design build process. I just want to take you through a quick overview of what our design build process looks like here at Cut Above Construction and Design. We have 5 major steps in our design build process. Step number 1 is our consult and feasibility. Basically, during this, you're going to come into our office, we're going to sit down with you, and we want to accomplish 2 things in this meeting. The first one is we want to meet you face-to-face, and we want you to meet us face-to-face. We want to make sure that you're comfortable with us. Second, we're going to go over the feasibility of what you would like compared to what you can afford. Then, between those 2, we can look if it makes sense to go to step 2. Step 2 is what we call our vision meeting. That's the first step in our design and planning agreement. During the vision meeting, we're going to go through 4 major components and finalize those items. Number 1 is we need to identify your needs in your new home. There's no use in building a new home if you can't get what you need in it. Number 2, we're going to identify your wants. Number 3, we're going to identify your dreams. And number 4, last but not least, we're going to identify your budget. We can help with all 4 of those, but we have to have you be flexible so that way number 2 and number 3 can balance out with your budget. Once we get through step number 2, we can go to step number 3, which is the architectural documents. From the information that we gathered through step number 2, we're able to put together concepts for you. Then we're able to meet with you, present these concepts, go through the different concepts, refine them until we can get the plans that you want for the home that you want, and while still staying within budget. We're also going to go through preliminary selections during this time. And what I mean by that is we're going to go through things such as your flooring. We're going to find out, do you want tile, do you want hardwood, do you want carpet, but we're not going to lock in exactly what color carpet yet. We're only going to find out what type of flooring. Then at the end of step 3, we're going to do a budget update. We're going to make sure that the plans and wants that you have and that are going into this are staying within your budget. That way, in case we're already over budget, we can go back to the drawing board and get it redone for you to stay in budget. If we're in budget, this is the time that we're going to move to step 4, which is called engineering and final selections. During this time, this is when we're actually going to send your plans off for engineering, such as the foundation, your HVAC, your truss design, and then we're also going to go through your final selections. No longer are we just looking at carpet versus hardwood versus tile. We are actually going to lock in, okay, you want carpet, what color carpet do you want, what grade of carpet, what kind of pad do you want. We're also going to lock in all your final allowance items for anything that's not selected yet, but you have an allowance for it, and then we're going to actually give you an allowance for something that you want and you like. We don't want allowance items where you can't afford anything that you actually like. We want to get you what you want in your home. Once that is finalized, all your engineering is done, and all your final selections are done, we're going to the final step, which is step 5, and it's the last step before we can finally put a shovel into the dirt. During this step, we're going to go through all your final budgets and present a final contract for your home build. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to present your final budget numbers based on your final plans, your final selections, and all the final engineering and any other items that will be needed to build your home. Once this is done, we're able to submit this to all your financial institutions, and we're also able to submit this to be able to start the permitting and routing section to be able to obtain the permit that we need to start your home. I hope that was informative and you were able to learn a little bit more about